Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's see if we can... All right. We are here today in tutorials with my friend Zoey, where Zoey requested that we work on division with two-digit divisors. So we're going to start off with an easy one. Our two-digit divisors is 25. Okay? We're going to start off, we're going to take our divisor, and we're going to list our multiples of our divisor. 25 times 1. 25 times 2. And I like to think of the number 25 like quarters. You know, 2 quarters is 50 cents, so 50. 1 quarter is obviously 25 cents. 3 quarters, 75 cents. 25 times 4. 4 quarters is $1, which is 100 cents. 25 times 5 is $1.25. 25 times 6 is $1.50. 25 times 7 is $1.75. 25 times 8 is $2 or 200. And 25 times 9 equals 225. Okay, the important part is that you list the multiples of your divisor, but you have to get them correct. Because when you did 14 earlier, you did 14 times 2 and you had it incorrect. So you have to make sure these are correct. Okay. Is this a beating? Doing all these? No. Well, it kind of is. That's a lot of extra work, especially if it's a number like 37. It'll help you. But it'll help you. You're correct. That's what my point is. But if it's a number like 37, it's going to be a beating because you're going to have to add 37 each time. And that's just a beating. But, like you said, it's going to help you. Okay. Then, you've got those down yet?
I'm finishing up.
All right. Get it finished up and then we'll move on.
Done.
All right. So this is our first step on two-digit divisors. Now we come and we look back at our problem. Our dividend and our divisor. That's what they're called, divisor, dividend. We're looking for the quotient. Now, does 25 go into 7?
No.
No. I'm not going to have anything there. I can put a 0 there. But it has to go directly above it because it's going into 7 0 times. Okay. Does 25 go into 77?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to have a number above that 7 and above that 5.
Okay.
So I'm going to have a two-digit number
Okay.
in my quotient. I don't know if I'll have a remainder or not. But how many times does 25 go into 77?
3 times.
3 times. Because I want to get the multiple that is as close to 77 as I can get.
But not 2 over?
But not over. It can be exactly, but not over. And so 25 times 3, if I look here, I've already done the math, is 75. Okay? The math I've already done. Yes, it's a beating to do all of that, but that's why I don't give a ton of problems. And the difference between 77 and 75 is?
2.
2. Once I've subtracted, if I have another number to bring down, I bring it down. So I have, how many times does 25 go into 25?
1 time.
1 time. And 1 times 25 is 25. I have a 0, so my answer is just 31. Okay? I'm going to put the next one up there, and then I'm going to pause the video and do the multiples and stuff. So let's look at 723 divided by 31. 723 divided by 31. So if you're watching at home, or you're watching here with me, Zoey, you're going to first list your multiples. 31 times 1. 31 times 2. All the way till you get to 31 times 9. So I'm going to pause it. Those of you watching at home, list your multiples, and then when I start it again, we'll go solve the problem. But all I want you to do, if you're watching at home, is list the multiples. Let's pause this bad boy.
Oh God!
And we're back, hearing voices from the hall. I've listed my multiples. Zoe has listed her multiples of our divisor. Makes my life a whole lot easier. If I got one wrong and you're at home, raise your hand. Otherwise, we'll probably figure it out. If not, boom, shakalaka, who cares? All right, Zoe. Does 31 go into 7?
No.
No. I'm not going to have anything above the 7. Zoe, does 31 go into 72?
Yes.
How many times?
2 times.
2 times. She knows that because 62 is the closest multiple to 72. Because 31 times 3 is too big. 31 times 2 gives me 62. And the difference between 72 and 62 is?
10.
10. And I bring down the 3. Okay, now I need to find out how many times 31 goes into 103.
It goes into it 3 times.
3 times. Because 31 times 3 is 93. 31 times 4 is 124, so that's too big. And 31 times 3, what did we just say it was?
93.
93. The difference between 103 and 93 is?
10.
10. All right. So this one looks like it has a remainder. But I want to check it. And to check it, I do the inverse operation. So I'm going to do my quotient times my divisor. So I have 23 times 31. And then whatever my product is, I add 10. So that would be an equation. One of the things on Mountain Math asks you to write an equation. Equation is one horizontal line. It's not 23 times 31 plus 10. It's going to be horizontal, so that's an equation. So let's check it real quick. I'm going to do it, you do it. 2, 0, 9, 6, 3, 10, sweet. So tell me what the product is first of 23 and 31.
Okay. Um, 713.
Awesome, 713. So we've done this part of our equation. Now we need to add 10. We add 10, and we get 723, which was our dividend. So we did everything here correctly.
Yep.
Making sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Making dollars?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome sauce. I'll do the same thing. We'll find another problem. We'll list the multiples of the divisor and work on. Let's take 820 divided by 41. Okay? So you're going to list your multiples of 41 times 1, 41 times 2, 41 times 3. While you're doing that here and while you're doing that in Bangladesh, I will pause it, turn it back on when we have listed all our multiples. Don't leave. You know, take a break, drink some Dr. Pepper, because I love Dr. Pepper. And we're back once again. My young friend Zoe has listed the multiples of 41 all the way through 9. Zoe, do you know why we don't go through 10 and 11 and 12?
Because you won't need to.
Because I won't need to, because I'm only putting one digit up here at a time. Because I can't do, let's talk about that after we get our answer. Okay? So, Zoe, does 41 go into 8?
No.
No. I'm not going to have a number above the 8. Does 41 go into 82?
Yes.
Yes. I have to have a 2-digit number, a number above the 2 and a number above the 0. I guarantee you if I gave this problem to the class, I would have about 5 or 6 in each class get this wrong. because they'd forget to put that second number. And I'll show you why. How many times does 41 go into 82?
Twice.
Twice. And we know that because 41 times 2 is 82. And we subtract, and we get 0. This is where many people stop. Well, I got 0, so I don't have to keep going.
You still have to bring down that 0.
Yes. And 41 goes into 0
0 times.
0 times. In fact, I could put that up there if I wanted. And it goes in 0 times. But I'm going to tell you, based on my experience, I've seen way too many people say 820 divided by 41 equals 2. Well, if you check it, that won't make much sense. 41 times 20, our divisor multiplied by our quotient. Here's a 0, all I have to do is bring it down. Okay, so if you check it, if you list the multiples, if you take your time working it, it really is not that difficult.
And I did it the other way. If they just added 2, they'd just get 82.
Yes, that's right. If you just added 82 plus 82, or if you just did 2, you're only going to get 82. Because this is what a lot of people thought the answer was when I've done it in the past, and they'd get 82. Well, if they'd have done this, they'd realize that can't be right.
Right.
But too many people want to get done quickly as opposed to get done correctly. I always describe math not a race, but an accuracy competition, like shooting arrows. Accuracy, archery. Think of math as archery, not a sprint. You're not running the 100-yard math. That was funny, the 100-yard math. You can laugh, that's okay. We'll do the next one just like we did this last one. We'll have, let's make it a little more difficult. 1,989 divided by 15. So list your multiples first of 15. 15 times 1 all the way to 15 times 9. I'll pause it. Those of you watching in Chad will be able to do it while it's paused. All right, I did not list my multiples of 15 because I wanted to talk about it real quick. 15 is the same as adding 10 and then adding 5 more. So if I did 15 plus 10, that's 25, plus 5 more is 30. 30 plus 10 is 40, plus 5 more is 45. Makes it a lot easier to do it in your head. 45 plus 10 is 55, plus 5 more is 60. 60 plus 10 is 70, 5 more is 75. 90. 105. 120. And 135. Is that what you have?
Yes.
Okay, good. The multiples. Here we go. Zoe, does 15 go into 1?
No.
No. Does 15 going to go into 19?
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to have a 3-digit quotient. So it's bigger than 99, but less than 1,000. All right, so how many times does 15 go into 19?
1 time.
1 time. 2 times too big, 1 time's right as close as we can get. The difference between 19 and 15?
48.
Well, 4.
Well, 4, yeah.
And then we bring down the 8. And how many times is 15 going to go into 48?
3 times.
3 times, because 45 is as close as we can get. And 3 times 15, we already know is 45. Subtract. And the difference between 48 and 45 is 3. Bring down the 9. 15 goes into 39 how many times?
1. 2.
2. Because I've got 30. 2 times 15 is 30. Subtract. I get 9. So we would have 132 remainder 9. But let me show you what else we could do. Because 1,989.0 is the same as 1,189. So I could move my decimal point up there. I could bring down my 0, because I didn't change the value. That'd be like $1,989 or $1,989.0. Okay. So how many times is 15 going to go into 90?
6 times.
6 times. So this could be 132 and 6/10, or 132 remainder 9. Either answer would work. Depends on what the question's asking. If it's just asking you to divide, the remainder is fine. If it's decimal numbers, then we have to have the decimal. Make sense? You want to work on your stations for a little bit?
Sure.
All right. Boom, shakalaka, peace out. God bless, love you. Do something kind today.